their creativity. StoryInteract combines colorful and dynamic illustrations with animations, text, background music, and sounds to create a convergent media style platform for storytelling. So the system is architectured with a few components. The main ones are there's the mobile app, there's the web app, and the database, and then a REST API that allows them to communicate between each other. The mobile app is currently only supports iOS, but the StoryInteract engine is built using a .NET standard library. So if I wanted to extend it to Android, it shouldn't be too hard, mainly just the UI. So the main features are, I'll start with the mobile app. There's the story gallery, where you can view stories that you've downloaded or new stories that have been published. There's the interactive reading view, where you can read the story. And then it supports updating story data. So say you downloaded a story and then the author publishes some new content for that story, you can download that data. Then there's the web app, which allows users to log in and sign up. A story portal for creating and updating and modifying those stories that they're working on. And then a stretch goal I had was author account approval / story moderation. And I haven't completed that. It was a stretch feature, so I'll put it off for the future. And then if I want to open it up to the public, I'd probably need to implement that. And there's the database and storage, which lets you store images, audio, and text from the story, and then all the metadata, such as the pages, content, the title, a checksum, which validates, the compressed story data and all that. And then finally, the REST API, which basically just handles the GET and POST requests. So the most challenging was just figuring out how to integrate all the different, the three systems together. Because I had, initially I had one way of doing it, and then I had to change it to support a new format, and there were some dependencies between them that I had to change, and just figuring out how to send data between the two. That was pretty challenging. And then I think Jamie mentioned this as well, but Firebase integration with .NET is not well supported. I had to dig around in GitHub trying to figure out how to do stuff. All right, let's do a demo. Okay, so here's the website. So if I go to the story portal and I'm not logged in, it will say, please log in or sign up to create a new story. So let's log in. A new user can select this button and create a brand new account. I'm just going to log in with an existing one. Mr. John Smith. All right, so this is the story portal. And here you can see all the stories that you've published or the ones that you're currently working on. So as you can see, I have one story here called The Adventures of Billy. And if I click on edit, I can first edit the story details. So if I decide I want to change the story title after I've created it, even after I've published it, I can change that. If I want to change the summary of the story, I can change that as well. So let's edit the pages. And here you can see a live view of what your story currently looks like. So I have over here on the left, I have a GIF animation. I'm doing frame by frame animation. Down below, you can see any narration files that I've uploaded or any background sounds. And if I click on this, I don't know if you guys can hear the audio or not, but I can play it back there. All right, so I can go to the next page. Let's see. Yep. Okay. So I can navigate between the pages that I have, and let's see. It's kind of loading slow. So when there's a split in the story path, I can use the buttons down below to navigate between those. So instead of saying just next page, it lets me know what the two options are that I have. So in this example, right, Billy is wandering and he's wondering if he should stay on the path or navigate off of it. So you can decide which one you want to do. And then that's the page that you'll be editing right here. Back. If I decide I want to make a change, I could edit it and just hit save. All right, so we'll just go back. Let me pull up the mobile app now. So here's the home screen. Let's start your adventure. So the first thing it does is it goes out, it calls the API and checks if there's any new stories to get. So you can see there are two stories right here. One of them is this story for this John Smith account. And then just to show that if there's more than one user, all their stories show up. There's another story right here. So if I click on this one, you'll see the title, who it was written by, who it was narrated by, and then the summary over here. And it also keeps track of if you were halfway through reading it, it'll bookmark it. So that's why it says continue reading. Let's click restart. So right here, it's playing background sounds and narration. I could toggle those on and off. And I can navigate the story. And it will autoplay if I turn on the narration. As soon as the narration is done, it will go to the next page. So exactly what I had over there and I was working on, it gets pulled into here in a tree data structure, or I think it's a binary tree with the multipath structure. There's a little bit of lag for some reason. All right, so let's see if I can demo creating a new story real quick. Let's create a story. This will be page 1. Let's click save. And let's upload an image. So there it has the picture I added. I'll have to add a new page. Let's create a new picture for this one. Okay, so now I have 2 pages, page 1 and page 2. And I'll create one split in the storyline just to demo. So this is enter the 2 pathways you want to choose from. So I'll just say left. So now you can see those are the 2 pages that were created right here. I click on left and say left. Here also. All right, so now I have this basic story created. Go back to my story portal and I'll click publish. So then what it's going to do is it's going to take all that story data. It's going to compress it into a zip file, generate a checksum, send that to the database, upload the compressed story data to Firebase storage, store all the metadata about how to retrieve it. And then the mobile app can now, if I go back, it can now be alerted about that new story. So now you can see it pulls it right in here, a brand new story with the title and everything. There's my little to-do, and I can click download, a little progress indicator, and there's that new story. Page 1, page 2, you went left, or you went right. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. Go back to my slides. So future goals, I'd like to work on just polishing up some of the features, fixing a few little minor bugs. And then I want to publish the mobile app, the API, and the website. I'm planning on giving access to friends and family as kind of like beta testers at the beginning, just to test, some final things. And maybe just to use that as, like, if they want to write some stories, I have some siblings that like writing stories. And so we test it out that way. And then once I add some moderation, just to make sure people on the internet are just, putting whatever on there, then I could add support for giving royalties to people that want to actually, create stories, whether it's a hobby or just something they want to do as a career. Yeah, that's it. Any questions?
Oh, nice. Very nice.